Hey all, my name is Paul Borosky and I am the owner of Quality Business Plan. And what I'd like to do today is introduce you all to my new series, which is Mastering Pro Forma Financial Projections, a step-by-step guide to understanding business plan financials. So the way this video is going to play out is, first and foremost, I'm going to go ahead and give you a little bit of background about me, who I am, what I do, and why I do it. And then after that, we'll talk about step one, which is revenues. And the platform we're going to be using is going to be my pro forma financial projection model, the advanced version that is for sale on my website. You don't need that model in order to be able to utilize this video in understanding the concepts about creating and structuring your pro forma financial projections for your business plan. All right, so enough about that. Let's go ahead and dive into this little presentation. As promised, a little bit about me. Again, Paul Borosky, doctoral candidate, MBA, as well as owner of Quality Business Plan and Quality Business Consultant. I am a professional writer, specifically a business plan writer. So if y'all want to avoid all the fun and excitement, trials and tribulations, growth opportunities of writing your own business plan, feel free to pick up the phone, give me a call, send me a text, send me email. My contact information is right here. I would be delighted to write a business plan for you. I am also a published author on Amazon.com. Check out some of my books there. They're focused on business plan writing, as well as understanding financial statements. And then finally, I am an adjunct professor and subject matter expert in both business and finance. So if you do need some help with those pesky financial projections, business plans ready to go, but those numbers are keeping you up at night, I'd be delighted to do your financial projections for you. Again, pick up the phone, give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. Be delighted to help. And enough about me. Let's go ahead and talk about the star of the show, which is Mastering the Pro Forma Financial Projections, a step-by-step guide. And for step number 2, we're going to be talking about revenues. So when we approach revenues for our financial projections, there's a couple of different ways. First way, we can go ahead and we can identify each product or service we're going to be selling and then itemize each one of those items and then predict how many of those items we're going to sell on a daily basis. Very tedious, going to take you a long time, and then you're opening yourself up to questions such as, well, how do you know you're going to sell 18 widgets instead of 19 semiconductors? Now you've got to explain where you're getting your numbers from, and that's really hard to do. A better strategy that I like to use when I'm doing my financial projections, specifically for revenues, is I like to go ahead and identify what the average customer ticket is going to be, or how much revenue each customer is going to generate each time we provide a service. So let me go ahead and give you an example. First thing what we're going to do is we're going to clean this template up. So we can, like I said, when I set up my financial templates, I set it up where you can go ahead and list up to 8 or 9 different revenue sources. However, 90% of the time, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all this information, and I'm going to go ahead and hide it. And then what we're going to focus on is just how much revenues are going to be generated per customer. So for an example, if we're a restaurant, we're going to focus on the average customer ticket per customer. And once we identify that the category that we're going to be able to call it for generating revenues per customer, we can then answer 3 simple questions, which is going to be, how many customers are we going to service on a daily or weekly or monthly basis? What is the average price going to be per transaction? And then what is our variable cost as a percentage? So for an example, if we, like I said, if we're a restaurant, we might want to go ahead and target 50. We're going to want to service 50 customers on a daily basis, and our average ticket might be $25 per customer, and our variable cost per if our average ticket is $25, our variable cost might be 30%. So we would go ahead and type in 30% using this financial model. Once we do that, now our financials, if we have a good financial model set, now our revenues are going to be pretty much set. And the only other changes we're going to need to make is how many days are we going to be operating per week. And so, for example, for this right here, we're going to say we're operating 7 days per week. Once we set this information up here, along with our growth rates, and our annual revenue growth rates would be found right here. You want to go ahead and include some kind of a growth rate and then you want to go ahead and divide the growth rate up on a monthly basis and show your revenues growing on a monthly basis. But once we put that information in here for the revenues, then our profit and loss statement, all of our revenues are going to be generated based on the foundation, which is going to be the number of customers serviced, the average ticket price, and the variable cost. So when somebody looks at your income statement and they say, well, how do you know you're going to generate $483,000? Following this method, you now have a foundation to say, well, this is just an estimate because we all know that we can't predict the future, but this $483,000 is predicated on us servicing 50 customers a day with an average ticket price of $25, and our variable cost is going to be 30%, and our growth rate on an annual basis is 15%. So now you are able to support your revenues based on this solid financial model of identifying how many customers you want to go ahead and service on a daily basis, what's the average ticket price, and what is your variable cost on average. And when we are using these keywords averages, we are then saying, well, we don't know if we're going to sell 18 chicken sandwiches or 14 burgers. We don't know. But on average, our customer ticket is going to be $25. That's a lot more. You're able to support that by following that methodology, and it's even better than trying to just justify $483,000 from just out of the air. All right, hopefully this information was helpful. So let's go ahead and wrap it up and sum it up. Hopefully this information was helpful in mastering your pro forma financial projections. If you are interested in purchasing the template that I used in this video, you can just go to this link right here. And the template that I used was my advanced financial template version. And again, you can purchase it on this link. If you want a more basic template, I also offer a basic version of the template that I just used for this example. And you can, again, purchase that template right here for the financial model. If you don't want to mess around with templates and you just want somebody to do your financial projections for you, feel free to contact me. Check out my prices page. Love to write you a business plan, of a custom business plan. Love to do your financial projections for you. Completely up to you. Just let me know if I can be of service. And then finally, let's wrap it up with tutorials. If you want some more tutorials on better understanding or mastering your pro forma financial projections, just go to this link right here. All right, hopefully this information was helpful. Go out, make a little bit of money, and have a great day.